Hey guys, how we doing? I'm in Emrys, not the Enchanted Forest today. No, I was asked to do a little walkthrough so somebody can actually see what I've been on with. They've asked a couple of times now, can't remember which video it was on. They asked, I believe it was the spiral staircase one that I did, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to walk through and give you the absolute rundown of what I've been doing on Emrys from the start to right up to the present day, which isn't very much at the present, because I've been on with the Enchanted Forest and a few other things, Pokemon Go being one of them. I've actually been getting up and walking. Right, so this is the spawn area, the new spawn area, and this is what basically kicked off the new style of Emrys itself. But now 6 months down the line, well, it's longer than 6 months, I'm just using it because usually when you build something 6 months later you realise it's absolutely hideous and you start saying to yourself, what was I thinking when I built this? That's basically the stage that I'm at. So this whole spawn area is going to get, I'm not too sure if it's going to get knocked down, but I definitely know it's going to get a restyle, big time. As well as the walls on the outside of it, these are going to get a restyle as well. Now there's 4 different entrances or exits depending on which way you look at it. One that way, there, and there. That's the way we're going to be going in just a sec, because that one, and that one lead to virtually nothing. Ice there. More ice. And just a building that I've started to destroy down the bottom. And in this corner, just a couple of redstone projects I've been working on. And that is it. Now in between these, you see this little water area, and it looks hideous now. It's just 2 square, there's not much detail in it whatsoever, so it's bland and boring. So this is going to get changed up. I'm going to start terraforming in, blend the walls into the ground on both sides, and going to start adding some trees, some bushes, flowers, pretty flowers. And so that's what I'm going to be on with. Now, we'll find the right way. Yep, this is the right way. The only direction I can go in where there's actually buildings straight away into this area. It hasn't fully loaded in, but that is my clock tower. There is a little bit more on top. That is also getting redesigned. Now these I was really upset about. There was an update a long time ago that stopped these from working, and these are the boats sat on lava which produced that big flame, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. That's why I put them in, and I believe it was only about 4 or 5 months later they put the update in, and it stopped working. I was really upset. I really was. Right, moving down. Now we're into the little village type area, which is definitely getting a revamp. The houses I thought were the dogs' doodahs when I first built them. Now, I won't even say I'm not too sure. I'm definitely not sure that I want them anymore. Well, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm definitely sure I don't want them. I don't. They're going. They're horrible. And I'm going to be redoing the style on them. So we'll have a walk around. They're not all mine. This one's mine. That one's mine. That one's mine. This one's mine. So they're the ones I've done. Going away, they're horrible. My bridge, which we were just walking over. This was a friend's. This also was a friend's. That one's mine, and that one's a friend's there as well. They're all going. I'll just climb up this hill because I was too lazy. I didn't actually put a path in. And we make it to the clock tower area. There's a look up. Yep, the full thing at the top is spawned now. So this is going to get a makeover as such. I like the style of it. It just needs something extra, like the roofs could be worked on, add a bit more detail, and going up can add some more detail in. I'd probably make these sections of the clock tower round instead of square. That would probably help. There's a little thought. Right, back down. Let's have a look inside, and yeah, it's just as boring as the outside, but the build's there. I'm going to be working on it and be adding more detail in. I'll tell you what, we'll go this way, make it easier. Little area I put in just to get down. It's the only path I did put in, as well as the one on top as well. So this one's mine, that one, and that one. They're all saying goodbye in a bit, because they're not going to be here much longer. And that one is the friends there. Now this is what I'm working on now. I'm trying to make it more cottagey. That feel, you know, it's just I'm struggling. I'm trying to get the thatch roof right, as well as the look on the front, and also the landscape around it. It's going to take take a little bit of time. These houses are also going to feature in the Enchanted Forest, so that's probably where I'm going to do the majority of the work on them and actually come up with a style that I like, and from there, hopefully be able to build bigger and better ones. Well, not so much bigger, just better. Right, let's move on. So this is a mirror that side, except from the spotting up there, which, yep, it's not my design. I think it's either Sketch or whoever it was anyway. The YouTuber that's brilliant at making statues. I saw it one day as I was flying through YouTube looking for something, and I thought, oh, they'll make a nice addition to my castle. So yeah, I use them. They're not my design, but I'm using them. Right, out into the main entrance towards everything, really. That way's the castle, that way is going to be something similar to that way, and this, when I upload to the Xbox One, is going to, hopefully, if the world lands right in the bigger worlds, that's going to lead in and out of Emrys City itself. Knowing my luck, it'll butt right up against the edge of the world and I'll be going nowhere. Right, so there's nothing in that direction, so what we're going to do is we're going to head straight over this way and head to the castle through this giant door that doesn't work anymore. I'm working on the redstone to actually fix it, and it's only this part here that opens and closes, and I will fix it at some point. Right, now we're on to this bit. This is where things start getting a little bit weird. The size of my windows to the windows I'm using up there. Yeah, so these are going to get changed out. Even though I really like them, they're just really too big for what I'm doing. Now down here, if any of you have watched any of my videos tutorial wise, you know that I like messing with lighting, because I believe lighting is a big part of any build. Without decent lighting, your build's no good. It needs to be lit up nice. And this is what I would do in here: support beams or pillars with redstone lamps in between them. Now later on, after building these, I decided I didn't want to use any lamps. I just wanted to use flame. Let's just get a normal block out. These we're going to work off the daylight sensor, update that torch, and they just all turn off in sequence, same as that side there. Underneath we have another row of them here, which takes us down into one of the final floors of the castle. But on that side and that side there is absolutely nothing with the castle yet. I haven't actually reached that far. There's a hell of a lot of clearing out to do. So now we're back up here. Let's walk down this way. This is where I join the walls up. A little walkway, and a little walkway there, as well as there, and just behind them trees there. Let's have a little look around here. Oh yeah, there's another one of that YouTuber's statues in here. I didn't build this one myself. I had a friend called Captain Shoe come in and he said, here, check this out, and he put it in and it's stood there ever since. Beautiful horse. It's a shame I can't use it anywhere as of yet, but all these are virtually the same as everything else down there. They're getting a makeover themselves, getting changed out. Hopefully just get them to be restyled in a way that actually makes them pop out, something different to what everybody's used to seeing, because I'm not keen on any of the windows. Windows look absolutely hideous at the moment, but we'll work on them at some point. Right, let's move on to where the actual castle is, or part of the castle is anyway. So let's get this area actually loaded in first. The only trouble with the Xbox 360, it doesn't keep everything in. The render distance isn't that great, and it doesn't help with the amount of redstone I have in this area as well. So almost there. Let's just get this top part in. Boom. Right, and that side's disappeared. Okay, so this is the old way it's looking now. If you've heard me going on about restyling, this is what I mean. So this is how I had it originally looking on that side over there, and this is what I've actually been doing. Changing it up just a little, adding some more colour. Even though it is just white, it just gives it that edge, I believe. Also setting blocks back a bit to give it that bit of depth. That's what I've been doing there. It just looked so bland over there. I just needed to do something. And changing the roofs I think actually helps. I'm just not too sure about these parts right here. They may grow on me at some point. We'll see. So that's that part. I've also started trickling down the colour into this part. As you can see, I'm white over there. And I'm going to be trickling it all the way around and in with this here. Now this was originally going to be the ballroom, but the building itself inside is absolutely massive. It's not finished at all. You've only got this side that's done. The interior that I originally did, which is absolutely hideous. Again, 6 months down the line you want to change it because you like saying to yourself, what was I thinking? I definitely asked myself what the hell I was thinking when I built that, but it can get changed. It's going to get changed. It will be changed at some point. Started filtering that colour all the way through here into this part of the build, because this is originally what it looked like. Also changed this part. This is what it originally looked like. And just basically reworking my own style, hopefully, to basically bring something new to you guys so you can actually see it. Now there's not much going on inside the castle itself except from a lot of long corridors, so what we'll do is we'll hit down on bottom here, which is there. That's bedrock, so it gives you an idea how tall this place is, and it's got to get a little bit taller as we go along. There's a few buildings I need to put up on top. So this is the very first corridor I built, which took me nearly 2 months, believe it. All the digging out, all the TNT exploding. I had to be very careful because I'd already built that outside, and then I started putting this in. I should have actually just blew the whole thing up first and then started. And as you can see, I've started trying to add some beams in here just to make it look like it's got that extra support. The only trouble is, this is virtually where it stops, and now we're coming to where I've been TNT, and it's taking a little bit of time to load up here, I know. Then the corridor should go that way, and I'm not too sure if I'm having it go that way just a little bit, because what I want to do, instead of having a castle and then churches and a giant cathedral scattered all around this map, I want my cathedral to be part of the castle. So that's going to be, and there's going to be tunnels, walkways, bridges, whatever, leading towards it. I haven't decided on what I'm actually going to be doing, but that's the idea I have. I'll come down this side. There's a tunnel leading that way as well as that way, and there will be one going this way because there's going to be my battle arena in this direction. So that one will be leading that way. That one will lead to the cathedral. Not too sure if they're going to be actually in line with these. They might be set off, so there might be extra corridors added somewhere along the lines. Now what we're going to do is quickly go down this way. I'm just going to fly over the top here. As you can see, there's been a lot, and I mean a lot, TNT going off in here. That much is blown up part of my build. I started taking some of it down there because I just didn't really see the point in rebuilding, because the ballroom's getting changed. I was going to be about 4 different rooms up there, but you can see how big the ballroom was. Too big. Way too big. But this room itself has to be this big. This is going to be the library within the castle, right down on bedrock. And I've started trying to work on some new pillar designs right here. Hopefully I can get them down and having them looking a hell of a lot better than they do at the moment. In here was originally going to be the Hall of Fame. The idea was I was going to run little competitions on my YouTube channel and just have you guys take part, and the winner would have their plaque up in here with whatever the build challenge was, or whatever the challenge was as well. And I never got around doing it. So sad. Never mind. I'll think of something else. This is no longer going to be, because up on top of the castle I didn't show you, which I'll be showing you in just a few minutes, is the new Hall of Fame. And there's going to be a fair few of them scattered around the castle. Some are going to be bigger than the others, some are absolutely going to be tiny, but I'm just waiting for the next content update to come so I can actually mess with a few new things. Hopefully it won't be too far away. We should be due a content update by now. It feels like it's been absolutely ages since the last content update. It does. Right. Now at the beginning of the video I did mention new Emrys. This is old Emrys. This is a mixture of before we've got creative mode, so some of this was done via. There you go. That's unusual. Right, I'll just stay offline for a minute. I don't know what happened there. I wonder if my internet's playing up today. We're having real bad weather here. Mind you, my cable runs underground, so it shouldn't affect it. Not at all. Anyway, back on. So this is the old Emrys. As you can see, there's a bit of mixture of the new in with a lot of the old. A lot of this was done on survival because we didn't have creative back then, and the majority was just digging out. And originally, my main mine shaft was somewhere around here that took me right down to bedrock, and that's where I did the majority of my mining. Took it out, and I believe it is where the library sits now, unless it went in either the other directions. I can't remember, but this is where the original mine shaft was, and that is my raw or redstone blocks to actually blow everything up. Now I've had to stop because I realised I got a little bit too close to where I built that. Let's move over. Oh, my giant door. This was, my idea was just to have the whole world surrounded by this wall with doors all over to allow big ships to come in and out. I believe I did this one side and then realised it wasn't worth doing the whole lot and give up on it. So it stops all the way around. Skipping over, this was my tavern. Unfortunately, we had a little fire. Fire brigade failed to show up, and I lost part of my build, and I lost heart with it. Not only just because of the fire, just because it doesn't look like the way I want it to look. I've got the bar itself. Not too sure if it actually works anymore. Oh, it does. Oh. Never mind. It took a while to get them mushroom blocks as well. I've just realised we've now actually got them, haven't we? Just remembering back to how long it took me growing them. Especially these here. The stems off them. I had to use piston after piston to push them up, and I built them under here, as you can see where they... Just using pistons to get them. And I forgot about this area. This, if you think of the Knights Templar, this is what I was trying to create. It's just a secret area within Emrys, a little organisation hidden underneath the local bar. And I believe I got to this stage and ended up finding something else to do, and that's what I went and did, and just never actually came back in here. But I'm pretty sure at some point I'll find something else to do with it, and probably improve it. Improve the building as well, because it doesn't look like a tavern, does it? No. It just really looks a mess. So that's going, getting rebuilt. This is the gatehouse. I have no idea why I put a gatehouse in here just leading to one tavern. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's to stop all the riots from when people have had a little bit too much. And this is here, the original library of Emrys. Struggling to remember how it actually looks. It's been a long time since I've been in here. Let's go and have a look, shall we? And I'll show you that in a few seconds. So this is the original library. Yeah, I remember it now. I had a fireplace here that was meant to open up and ignite, but my redstone started messing up a little bit. I'm not too sure if I'll actually know I've took the button away, so it's not going to work. This was to hide chests behind each. Yeah, so that sort of still works. The chests were open, so now, well, the bookcases were open. These should open up. There we go. So they're hidden. That was my idea back when I thought I was really good at redstone, and it turns out I wasn't. I still ain't. I'm just winging half of the stuff that I do and getting extremely lucky. So this is the library. Nothing fancy. But back when I built it, I thought, yeah, it's awesome. Cannot get any better than this. How wrong was I? Right, let's go and check out that little build, which is just down here. Now, I'm pretty sure these still work down here. These are the the same mechanism for the gates that you saw as we were entering. I believe it may be that button there. There we go. Yes, we still got one that works. Open it up. Oh, you had to go and mess yourself up, didn't you? Or maybe it wasn't working, it's just been a long time since I've opened it. But there's another one down here, and I'm not too sure about the actual video quality as we go through here, because last time I did a video down here was ages ago, and it was bland, it was dark, you couldn't see nothing. So hopefully I might mess with a few things. Speaking of which, editing. If any of you are following me on the enchanted build, you'll know that my recent video says that my laptop's been messing up, and my players on it don't recognise the files that I'm doing, and YouTube doesn't recognise the files, even though I'm doing it exactly the same way as all the previous videos. Something's messed up. I believe I need a new hard drive and a new copy of Windows, and unfortunately it's going to take a little bit of time before I can actually buy a new copy of Windows. Money's tight, and Windows is it's expensive. It is. For what it is, it's expensive. You spend half your time fixing your problems, and even then they're not even fixed properly. And then they'll give you an update which makes it even worse. And I believe that is what's happened. I was running Windows 8, something went wrong, it reverted back to 7, and then tried installing 10 all by itself, and it's messed all my codecs and everything else up on it. So hence why I'm going to have to start using, or reverting back myself to using the YouTube video editor. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the future now, until I actually manage to get some cash together, guys, and fix my laptop. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to buy a new one because that'll cost me even more money. I just want to be able to get a new hard drive, which is a little 1 terabyte to fit in my laptop, with a fully operational Windows on it, which hopefully if I can get Windows 8 back on it and just bugger 10 off. I don't want 10. In my opinion, 10 is designed for everything touchscreen, so you will get touchy-feely with your screens. I don't want it, especially if you've eaten something, you know, you're constantly wiping your hands, because you don't want to touch your screen. You'll leave fingerprints all over it, and then you're struggling to see what you're trying to do because you've left grease marks everywhere. It's why you're constantly cleaning your screen. Right, let's move up out of here. Hopefully it wasn't too dark down there for you, and I wasn't able to lighten it up through the YouTube video editor. Right, let's fly up. Let's have a quick look around here. Yeah, I remember now. There's a build just on the back of here that I thought was really awesome when I built it. Now I know it's absolutely hideous. I can remember exactly what it looked like. Oh man, right. So TNT damage from there. And this is the part I got up to. This is the old town hall. As you can see, I liked using a lot of stone brick, which is what I'm going to try and avoid doing now. There's going to be other colours, as you've seen, that I'm going to be introducing. Let's move on to this hideous build. Right, I do not know where that came from. It's been in here a long time now. I don't know who built it. I don't know when they built it. It must have been when I've had friends in and just slapped it in the corner. I didn't even, it's just blended in with all the other stone. That's why I haven't seen it. Yeah. Right, this is my church that I thought was absolutely awesome when I built it. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look inside. Weird chandelier. No idea what they are for, but they've got little steps going up onto these balconies either side. Where did the glass come from? I didn't put. People are trolling me. I didn't even put that in there. Somebody's been messing with me. Right, so yeah, this is the church. I'm getting out of here. Let's go and find something else to look at. Oh, I know I could show you. My very first attempt on an actual ship. Let's put it this way, I'm going to need a hell of a lot more practice when it comes to building ships, but this was my very first attempt, my only attempt. I haven't actually, there it is, I haven't gone and built anything else ship-wise lately. The back bit I'm happy with, it's just the front bit. I think it just narrows off a little bit too quick. I think this should at least come out to this point and then start narrowing off round about here. So I may be keeping this and then building one literally alongside of it from here, just basically copying everything I've done, and then once I've done that, I'll fix the front and may even get rid of this. I'm not too sure. I might actually just build further. Where's rolled edge? There. Yeah, I might be able to squeeze 2 in here. Might set one back a bit and have them look like they're heading out. Let's fix the fronts. Let's have a quick look inside actually. Let's have a look at where the captain's quarters would be. Mine, of course. This is where I'll be living. Bland. Nobody's decorated. Close door. Up on deck. No steam wheel, so we're not going anywhere. Oh, sorry, steam wheel. Ship's wheel. Whoops. This would be, I believe, I set this out to be the crew's area for eating. So this is where they'll be eating. And through this door we'll go down to this deck. This is probably where you store all your stuff. That is where you shove people down just to keep them prisoner. I can't remember the actual name for it, but you know what I mean. Let's go down one more. Let's have a look here. This is the crew's quarters itself, where they all sleep. They've all got a chest and shelf for each, and I can't remember what I was going to put here. I think it was all the stuff that, if you, let's say armory, so all your cannonballs, which would be my fire charges, anything they get, swords, bows, everything, anything weapony, anything that's going to hurt you, it's going to go in there. Right, what's it? Yeah, this was going to be the kitchen itself, or the galley rather. And I probably just built storage in these areas. That's what I was going to do. Right, let's get up, get out of here. So I'm not too sure what the lighting's going to be like in there for you. Like I say, I will do my best to brighten some of this up in the editor, and hopefully it'll work. So I have no idea why I have a random bridge just floating and go leading to nowhere, but for some reason back when I built it I thought it was a good idea. Now as you can see, all these houses look the same. They're all identical from the interior to the exterior. Reason for that, every single one of these you're looking at in this area, not these on top or these at the back here, well actually that one there, that very first one, were all built in survival. The amount of glitching I did to get the these were, what's the name for them? Brick. Yeah, bricks. Just your normal red clear bricks. That's what they were. The amount of duplicating I did to get them was unbelievable. I must have spent hours, me and my missus, duplicating them and duplicating them and duplicating them just to get them. And I know I'm not saying it right, it's just me being an idiot. Right, on with this. This one was also used with glitch blocks, and then creative came out sometime just after finishing this, so I put a train station in, which leads to nowhere now because I blew up the track somewhere over there where the castle is, so we can't ride that. It also just ends a little bit further down there, and I believe it is, oh, the market, yeah, the little market, which needs a hell of a lot of work. And the clock tower, which actually has redstone inside of it, but the only problem is I can never run it. It causes that much lag on here, it's unbelievable. Not only that, I went and had to add 4 faces for the clock, which didn't help. Should have only been 1, but what are you gonna do? We get through the hole, thank you. Right, let's go and see what we can find. Fly over this wall. Oh, messing with redstone. So this is what I was doing. There's a couple that needed redoing. I think they were cocoa beans and that was wheat. My sugar cane here, that would have been cactus. So I've got my melons and pumpkins here, and neverwort would have been here, but I never replanted any of it. So the only thing I've got at the moment is them and sugarcane. So my idea was, being lazy, I just wanted everything automatic, well, semi-automatic. And this is it. This is a little system that I actually built for it. And what we need to do is say we want that. That's system reset. That's master harvest, so it'll harvest everything. So that should be sending down my melons. Should be anyway. Not my melons, pumpkins. That should be sending down my melons. As you can see, there's a lot of lag. And let's get... There we go. Here they come. Where's my sugarcane? There's my sugarcane. So there's my pumpkins. Now, this was built before we got hoppers. I just wish to give us hoppers a little bit quicker. And then I wouldn't need to mess with all the water and ice that I've got out there. And here comes everything now. Oh no, I've got everything. Let's just hit the system reset button. I'll turn everything off. Collect everything from here. And that's what I get. Hope there's anything else coming. Oh, good. So now I've hit the reset button and everything's popped back up into place. The pistons have gone back in and pumpkins and melons can grow again, as well as my sugarcane. So that's something I was messing with, completely useless with the way it's set up. Now it's a bit more redstone and some recent redstone. This, if any of you recognise, is street lights I've been working on, as well as that one right there. And as you can see, I got a little bit carried away with TNT, so all this is going, all that is going. And that is the path leading us straight back to the spawn area. And we are back to the castle. Let this bit out because I know there's a lot of damage in here. And I didn't want to show it right at the beginning. But this is what happens when you mess with TNT too much. I've got a lot of repair work to do, but thinking of it as well, well, I've decided in my own mind a while ago that this corridor is way too long and it needs to be shortened down a hell of a lot. So what I'm going to do is chop out, where am I? So that's the entrance into the back corridor. What I'm going to do is chop out somewhere around about here, get rid of all that, and I think I'm taking about this much off this end, I believe. Yep, and having something else built on it just to bring this out so it's not so flat. But we'll have a quick walk through here. Rooms to the side, maybe a little bit dark, there's no chandeliers or anything in here at the moment. Get a bit lighter out here, and that leads us through into another corridor, so we'll walk through there now. In fact, this is where a little spiral staircase was going to allow us to get up onto that balcony up there. That will lead us around to the rooms that are on top. Now we can go through these doors into a very similar corridor to the one we've just left, but a hell of a lot shorter. A lot of repeated work in there. It took a long time, believe it or not. So we're out into one of the main parts of the corridors. As you can see, there is a little balcony up on there where you can walk around. And this is where the chandeliers are. These are the original ones right here, and I have no idea why that one's still on at the back, but this is the chandelier right here. Now I do remember off my last video it was really dark in here, so I will lighten this bit of the video up hopefully. But this is the chandelier in action, lighting up, and like I said, I don't know why that one's still lit at the back, but hopefully if I set it today now it might actually turn it off. We'll see. Nope, didn't work. No idea why it's doing that. What we'll do is get rid of that, quickly get a daylight sensor out, pop it back in there, and it still doesn't want to work. I wonder why that is. It's strange, I've not come across that before. Really strange. I wonder what happens if I just put a block there. Will it update them? That is really strange. Why is it not working? Never mind. So back down, this was, I believe, the original corridor that I made. So this is where all the corridors were born from. This one, with a great big hole in it from the TNT explosion. Right, so I think the last piece to look at that I'm willing to show at the moment is the original ballroom which we are working on, and look at the size. It's just way too big to be a ballroom, so it's going to get split up into at least 4 different rooms. And this middle bit here is going to be the throne room. So there's going to be a few walls put up, and it's just going to take the shape of the roof, and it's only going to be roughly around about as big as what you see here. So from here to the wall, to them pillars right there, and to them ones right there. And I think that's going to conclude at the moment. Oh no, it isn't. Let me just show you down here. This is where the waterfall is going to be, and it's going to branch off, so the waterfall is going to go in that direction, and that direction is going to be another part of the castle built into this bit right here. On this side is basically just a mirrored image, just without the detail of the side I've just shown you. Oh no, it isn't. This is me working on different styles, I remember now, but that there is the start of what is over on that side. And down here is the spiral staircase that never actually made it to the top yet, and through here it's darker than the other one, but this, oh no, it's different as well. The roof's totally different. Was I working on a different roof design, or did that become my new roof? Was this the original corridor? There's been that much built in here, I forgot whereabouts I'm up to and where I've been and what I've actually done. I believe this was the original corridor, actually looking at it. Yeah, I think this is the original one, because I remember now I didn't like this bit because it wasn't symmetrical and there wasn't a same amount of gap between, and it was bugging me, so I started over there. Yeah, so let's drop down, let's go and see that spiral staircase. Now if you're watching the Enchanted Forest, you'll know that I've put the staircase in on there, and I've added an extra bit onto it, which is the railings or support beams that go all around it. Support beams, support poles rather. Not only that, I need to change this because I got a little bit muddled up here, and I haven't really got that much headroom until I actually reach this part. So that'll be getting changed out. Just descend right. Oh, I did start doing it here. Yeah, so this is what I mean. This is what I'm going to be doing, is just adding these in. Walk out. Got confused there. Usually I leave myself a gap to get through. But that's the spiral staircase going up. Like I said, I'm going to fix that bit so it's all perfect going up. Find the floor, put something in to help me get up there properly. And this leads us back down to that corridor again. That's right down on bedrock. Now there's going to be 3 floors, virtually the same, different coloured roof though, so if you're in here, you know exactly which floor you're on without having to guess. So if you're in red, you're on bedrock, red to symbolise lava. And I haven't decided the other 2 colours yet. I'm guessing the top one's going to be green, you know, green grass up on surface. I'm guessing, I'm not using brown. It's got to be a nice colour, vibrant colour. But I think that's where I'm going to end the video today. There's a few other things in here that I do not want to show just yet, because if I start showing them, it's going to give away a few things that I'm working on, and it might end up giving somebody the idea to do them that already knows how to do what I'm trying to do, and they beat me to it and they get all the credit. I don't want that. I'm not a bad person. I'm just selfish. I don't want to share my ideas yet until they're actually ready to actually come up on YouTube, and I'm not 100% confident they're going to work. I don't want to put them up in the break. The chandelier that I put on, I got a little bit disheartened when I saw one chap mention it doesn't work on the Wii U. Now unfortunately I haven't got a Wii U, so I haven't been able to get on and see what actually redstone does on there, what it's not doing, what updates it needs, so I can actually work on the chandelier to actually fix it so the guy can actually use it on his build. But unfortunately I can't. Maybe in the future, maybe. I want a games room with every console that's ever existed in a games room. That's my goal. I don't think my missus will be too happy though. She's got to be evicted from the bedroom, because that's going to be my games room. It's the only room in the house big enough to house every single console. Right, so I'm going to end the video here, guys, and I will see you either in the next updated video of Emrys, or I will see you guys in the Enchanted Forest build, which will be episode, is it episode 7? I got mixed up with the episodes. I believe this one will be episode 7. Yeah, because the previous one was episode 6 that mucked up, but I got episode 7 working. Changed episode 7 to 6. Blah blah blah, and I will see you guys in episode 7. That's going to be the legit one now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you then.